students have changed my worldview. I was raised with some very specific beliefs that included a lot of very common stereotypes. And what I've learned through these 14 years is that many of those stereotypes were not just false, they were downright evil. I think of a student named Kayla, who was the first transgender student in the automotive program. Not your typical student. And in an effort to make sure that Kayla felt comfortable, my colleague and I pulled her into a room, asked her if there was anything we could do to help you feel more comfortable. Anything that you need, we're here for you. And her simple response was, I just want to be treated like everybody else. I'm here to get an education. I'm not here to demonstrate. I'm not here to make an example. I just want to learn. And for 2 years, that's what she did. She was an excellent student. She was a kind person. And every stereotype that I had heard about transgender individuals up to that point was completely broken down. The next two students, it was the fall of 2015, and 9/11 was still fresh in everybody's minds. And I had two students from Iraq that were sitting one behind the other. And I walked into the room that morning ready with my lesson plan, but the students had other plans. And what I watched that morning was two students from Iraq that had immigrated to the U.S. that stated that if they were in Iraq, they lived in neighboring communities and they would not be friends. In fact, they would be mortal enemies. And that was a shock to most of the students in that classroom. What I heard that day was two students that were incredibly grateful for the opportunity that they had to not only immigrate to the U.S., but to sit in the same classroom next to each other, be friends, and they were truly happy about it. And the rest of the class just kept asking questions about what life was like in Iraq. It was a spontaneous event that hasn't happened since, and I couldn't have made it up if I tried. So I treasure each and every one of my students. I didn't tell you guys this morning, but I love you. Thanks for not sleeping, Derek. Appreciate it. I didn't know anybody could absorb so much information with their eyes closed. He proved that you can. He does retain information by osmosis. He needs to be studied. So, my words to you is, stereotypes are dangerous. You don't know somebody until you know somebody. And what I learned from the way I was raised is that there's a lot of what were deep, solid roots that were completely torn up because I learned firsthand by meeting people that those were incorrect. And I wouldn't trade that experience for anything. So with that, congratulations. I'm incredibly proud of each and every one of you, and you're on to the next phase.